In 2008, when the economy took a southward turn, it had a dramatic effect on our state retirement system, as it did in most other state retirement or public retirement systems. The Speaker of the House put together an ad hoc committee to study the issue and to bring forth recommendations back to the full body, which we will be doing in the next week. We'll be presenting a bill signed by the 7 members of the ad hoc committee, making recommendations to the full body on corrective action to take within the retirement system. Our goal was to bring the unfunded liability to a level so that it would be an affordable system and would ensure that those current retirees and future retirees would receive their checks. Several of the things that we had to do to bring that unfunded liability into line. One is an increase in contributions by both the employer and the employee. Another is that the automatic COLA, or cost of living increase of 1%, will still be in place, but it will no longer be just absolute automatic. It will have to have a triggering mechanism that when the system is funded to a percentage, I think the recommendation is going to be 80% funded, that it will kick in. Now, under this triggering mechanism, in good years, consistent good years, you will receive more than a 1%, or could very possibly receive more than a 1%, while at the same time, if the system is not funded at that level, or at the level of 80%, you would drop down to a 0% increase that particular year. But over the course of time, it should balance out and be consistent. That helps us keep the system solvent. It helps ensure that you receive your checks. It will also affect new hires because the time requirement will be increased from 25 to 30 years, and it will also increase to age 62. So you will either have to have 30 years or have achieved the age of 62 to begin drawing benefits. Another effect that will be dramatic, or not necessarily dramatic, but will have an effect on current retirees or current employees, not retirees, will be 3 to 5 years in calculation of your final check. In other words, instead of the highest 3 years of your salary being how the benefits are calculated, it will be the highest 5 years. Now, with all that said, this will not have the same effect on the police retirement system that it does on the other retirement systems, because the police retirement system was still at about 70 to 75% funded. It was a much more solvent system. So the age requirement of 25 years, or correction, the years needed on the job of 25 will remain the same. It will not increase. The age will not increase above 55 either. It remains consistent. However, the calculation period of 3 to 5 years will be included. I know that's very technical, but what that means to you as a state employee is the system will be solvent for you. You will receive your checks. What it means to the taxpayer is we're trying to get that unfunded liability down so that it's not a burden, unbearable burden on you or future generations of South Carolina taxpayers.